check. 1 2 1 2. We live, baby. Come on. That's right. Okay. Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I won't
blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wah 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Hustle for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up. Then it bust it open, lift it up. Yeah, come on, lift it up. Then it bust it open for your B-O-Y. Then it, for your rockin' for your lift it up, baby. Mix it with your bossa now.
Come on, blaze, so you know.
Drop me a nasty beat.
And look at me hollering and screaming with the mute on. Hey, y'all. Let's start all over. How y'all doing? Come on in. Get the likes up on the video. We are here. Welcome to the dollhouse. Shout out to everybody in the building, y'all. I was just talking down. It wasn't nothing on. Girl, you know that's a shame. But I'm here. How y'all doing? I have a new do. Let's get this out of the way. New hairdo. Bald head boo. Yes, I'm here. I didn't want to do the haircut, but I did, and here we are. So y'all, I'm nervous. Well, I was nervous this morning when I did the jokes, but now I'm feeling good. I feel good. I've been looking at myself, and I'm starting to see myself a little bit more. So it works out. You know what I mean? So anyway, shout out to everybody in the building, man. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Shout out. I swear to God, I didn't go to get a haircut. I went to get a what do you call it? Silk press. And ended up bald head. You gotta watch what you say now. Now they done took all my hair off. You see what I'm saying? They done took all my hair off, and I've been calling everybody bald head. And here I go in the bald head crew. See how that go? You gotta be careful in these streets. Come on in, get the likes up on the video. We got a show today, guys. We will be discussing Toccara Jones from America's Next Top Model. Basically, she came on and gave her 1-2 yin about ANTM, and she says that she didn't see any of the stuff that any of the other girls saw as well. We gonna get into it. Then we also got to get into Kandi Burruss again, clearing up rumors about her divorce. At this point, whatever they said that's going on with Kandi's divorce is true. Because Kandi is going out of her way to do all of this media to tell us that it ain't true. And this is what make me feel like it's got to be true. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, we gonna get into that. Then we have Benzino. I don't know what in the world going on with Benzino. Is he back with Althea? All I know is Diamond. I got 32 flavors of that bootylicious bubble gum, raspberry, grape, cherry. Come and get this honey bun. That Diamond. She done ran him over allegedly on a truck or something, girl. Benzino laid up in the hospital on the DI's list. Neck brace, arm brace, girl, brain brace. He said that he want to press charges on her. We don't know what's going on. And then T Hood and Kelcie Frost. I do have Love and Hip Hop coming on after this. I'm sorry I couldn't do it yesterday. I had to wrap my brain. Girl, I had to wrap my brain. I felt like something was crawling on me. And I know I ain't got nothing in here. I must be tripping. Anyway, I had to wrap my brain around the haircut. But I do have it today. I did do it. And I will have that out as soon as we come off the live this evening. So come on in, get the likes up on the video, and shout out to everybody in the building. I look like my auntie, my mama's sister, the middle child. She crazy, but I love her down. I look just like her like this. Anyways, let's get into the show. I have an honorable mention though, before we get into anything, because I blame y'all. Yes, I do. I blame each and every one of y'all for this. Let me get it on here. Hold on. And I need all y'all to take y'all accountability for whatever part y'all played in this. Where she at? Because when I saw this, I said, I know you lying to me. Here you go. Who's responsible for this? And whoever you is, come to the front of the congregation because you're a detriment to society. Now, I haven't went down to the concert, but I did see Cardi was on tour, and they said this is what the average concert looked like. Check it out.
I'm pretty and I'm petty as fuck. I'm pretty and I'm petty as fuck. Pretty and I'm petty as fuck.
Girl, look at Cardi. Y'all could have paid me. And you know what's crazy? I wouldn't even charge y'all to come in. Y'all could have gotten a concert for free. Just pay for the venue, pay for my outfits, a couple of wigs, makeup. You feel me? Give me something to eat in hotel. And y'all could have came and saw me for free. It wouldn't even cost y'all as much as it cost this. And I could have done better than this. I'm just saying, if we gonna start bargaining at this point, y'all don't care about talent. Y'all just care about popularity. So if I get popular enough, I want to do a show where y'all don't have to pay nowhere near as much. All I require is an outfit, a few outfits for the change, something to eat, room and board, transportation, because I got to get around, no Uber. I don't want you to treat me like Oprah did Fantasia and them. And I just want you to please just throw me a couple of dollars in my pocket. That's all. It ain't gonna cost y'all all the money it's costing for this. Cardi looks a mess. She looks so bad. And that booty is gonna be the death of her. Look at how heavy and clunky it is in the bike. Look. She really jumping because she probably in pain. It might help soothe a little of the pain. You know she been falling on it every other doggone show. It just look bad. It just doesn't look good. I am so happy we're over the BBL phase because some of the girls went too far. Some of the girls did good, but some of the girls went entirely too far. But again, when you don't care about quality, all you care about is the person, then that's what you get. This whole running out on the stage, skipping to the Lou, my darling, trying to get to her spot. Girl, no way. No way, sir. I'm not going to let y'all do it. And then this is the worst part. She literally got on here and told y'all that she's not doing well on her show. Let me get it on here. She literally said, y'all, I'm not doing good on my show. And basically told y'all because she's not feeling good. It's different. You know, I never been to a big old concert back in the day. I ain't gonna lie. I never gone to a big old concert. And honestly, I'm glad I haven't because it's too much. I like intimate settings. Like every concert I've ever really gone to and enjoyed for real have been in smaller venues, like the House of Blues. Like I'll never forget the first time I saw Jill Scott perform at the House of Blues, or Music Soul Child perform at the House of Blues, you know, or Stokely, or, you know, or the Wailers. Like all these, I like intimate settings. I like to be able to sit down, you know, have my little cocktail. You know, put a 3 in the chat. I'm grown. I come here grown. I never did like what the churn like. You see what I'm saying? I like to sit down, dress up real nice, put the heels on because I got a seat. And I like to sit down and have my little cocktail. You know, get up and sing and do it my little 1-2 and sit back down and have my little cocktail. Yeah, I like to be cute at the concert. I don't like to be sitting way up at the top and I can't see, I can't hear, I don't know what's going on. I don't know these people. We all in the nosebleed. These people over here about to fight. I don't like all that. I never did. I loves me a good intimate setting. Do you hear me? If you've never gone to a concert in an intimate setting, meaning a smaller venue, you've never gone to one. Try it. It's so much different than this. Whatever this Cardi B crap and Nicki Minaj, and, you know, with them big ass venues where you don't know what the hell going on. You're watching it on TV anyway. Anyways, this is her telling her fans out of her own mouth she's not doing well on her tour. And she said because she had a stomach ache. Girl, Michael Jackson, hell, Mary J. Blige would never. Let's get into it.
I did not perform how I wanted to perform because yesterday, I don't know what I ate, but I had a really bad stomach ache.
I know what you ate, dummy. Why are you as a millionaire eating noodles out the bowl? That's probably what had your stomach hurting, dummy. Eating that plastic you call noodles. You could probably start there. Is you on a budget? Did the people tell you that is they feeding you Lunchables too, like they was feeding Fantasia and Taraji and them? Because if you want to know why your stomach hurting, it's because you're eating that trash. But if you were really that type of high dollar girl, that you would have had a nutritionist or somebody in there telling you that ain't the business, knowing you got to get out there and perform. Because rather y'all believe it or not, performing is like putting on a show and working out. You need to have the proper nutrients before you get on that stage under all that heat, jumping around. That's probably why she falling. Eating that plastic she called noodles. Ignorant. I'm telling you, she's a bird.
All night long, like I had an episode. Like, bitch, I was like, just know I took like 5 showers and then I had to just hop in the tub because it's like my stomach was just hurting so much. I feel like only hot water was making it feel better. But here I am.
Ready to mess up the next show.
But that's because I'm on the road. Who's gonna cook healthy for me? I don't have my mommy or my chef. Another thing that's scaring me too, my vision is getting really fucked up. It's getting really blurry.
Oh, Lord.
And I don't know, is it because I did not perform how I wanted to?
Not only is the bitch falling on her ass and her stomach hurt, now she going blind. Oh, my God. Etta James, what?
I be on my phone a lot or because like using them contacts fucked up my vision. I don't know. But my eyes are getting really, like my vision is getting really I'm paranoid right now. I'm paranoid because the way my stomach was hurting yesterday, last night, bitch, I felt like I was giving birth to a demon out of my ass. My stomach was hurting all night long. I literally fell asleep like around 6, 7 a.m. And then like around that time, everybody started calling me because, you know, like I'm on West Coast time. Bitch, when I fucking told you, I was miserable, bitch. I was fucking miserable last night. Today when I fucking perform, like I felt that shit. I be on my phone a lot or
I let these bitches see I should have left these.
So I guess that must have been this performance. It had to be this one. This must have been the performance where she said her stomach was hurting, her eyes was hurting, she couldn't see, she couldn't hear, she couldn't do nothing. Look at her. That's why she was doing all of that. There you go. But again, happy Cardi B performance. I don't know. I would never. I wouldn't go see that shit for free. I would be mad that I got dressed and got in my car and spent whatever gas it took to get to the venue, even if it was for free. I would be upset, highly upset. Cardi, you look a mess. You sound a mess because we can see now. We couldn't see at first, but we starting to see now that the industry done really abandoned you. You are not talented, Cardi B. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Well, there's a lot wrong with it, but still, the jig is up, girl. You're done. You're done, girl. But they say they sold out. They say she sold out. That's what y'all going to pay to see? Let's move on. Everybody ain't able. Everybody ain't stupid neither. Okay. At least, well, I don't know. They said Beyonce be on stage looking tired and through too. So I don't know. Let's move on. Let's get into Tyra Banks. America's Next Top Model, and Toccara. Y'all remember Toccara Jones from America's Next Top Model? Matter of fact, let me pull her up. You'll know this picture. Toccara was the plus size model on America's Next Top Model. And you know, knowing what I know now, Toccara was nowhere near plus size. But back in the day, when people were skinny, because people not skinny no more. Back in the day, a girl like Toccara was the big girl. And again, she wasn't big. But she was just big because the beauty standards back then was obviously your regular schmegular size 0. Here goes some pictures of Toccara. Y'all remember Toccara? Can y'all see this really good? What the one with the spider? That's one of them. I can hardly see this. But here's Toccara, y'all. If y'all can see some of her photos. This is her when she was on America's Next Top Model. I thought she was beautiful. I thought she looked like me at the time. But I realized, maturing is realizing Toccara wasn't big. She just had big titties. That's it. Toccara just had them big old, auntie titties. She was a small girl, small frame. She just had big old titties. That's all. But back then, she looked huge. I ain't gonna lie. To me. And this is the worst part. The average black girl looked like Toccara. But this is how powerful the media is. She looked big to me back then, and she wasn't. But either way, Toccara, like I said, she was the plus size model. This is the picture I was trying to tell y'all with the tarantula. That's the second one most popular photos of hers. But these were the two most popular photos of Toccara Jones, and she was on America's Next Top Model. Now, according to Toccara, her, Eva, and Yaya were the 3 who didn't really face all this other stuff. Now, let me tell you why I find that to be peculiar, because my thing is, if everybody came in on one accord and everybody came in random like the other girls did, how is it that y'all were sheltered from what everybody else experienced? Now, again, you can say it's a coincidence. Maybe Toccara just put her head down and kept doing work, but that's still, I could see her saying, I didn't see a lot. But for these girls to come on this internet now and say they didn't hardly see nothing and they were shocked, I'm just calling a lot of cap. So anyway, fast forward, the Next Top Models documentary came out on Netflix. Everybody's talking about how horrible Tyra is. I told y'all the system of America's Next Top Model is horrible, not just Tyra. But either way, we spoke to Eva. Eva did an interview and swore to God she ain't seen nothing. I didn't tread. That's what Eva was over there saying. Now, I didn't hear nothing from the girl Yaya. But here it is, Toccara does an interview, and she's going to talk about her experience. And according to her, she ain't see nothing either. And I'm over here scratching my head, girl. What did happen?
How did it line up with your own experience on the show? I mean, did this in any way surprise you?
You know what? I was totally surprised. Oh, wow. It was tough. It was tough because it did not line up with my experience. And I think that is one of the reasons why I wasn't on the documentary, because I don't have anything bad to say about Tyra. So I think that's why I'm not in the documentary. And then when I seen that Eva and Yaya wasn't in the documentary, I was like, hey, I'm in good company.
Yeah, because as you know, Toccara, there was a lot of criticism after that documentary aired. But even in subsequent years, during the subsequent to the heyday of America's Next Top Model, people rewatched it, for example, during the pandemic and started to point out things through the lens of the world that we live in today. There was a lot of criticism about body image. Specifically, in your case, after episode 5, you had to defend yourself several times when it came to styling, despite them knowing your measurements. For people who didn't see that, explain what happened and what that.
And let me say this. This is why I find I didn't know all that was going on to be quite bullcrap. Let me tell you why. Toccara was fighting her own battle. They would send Toccara on go-sees, and these people would purposely not have her size, just so that they can make her look like the fattest bitch that ever walked on a modeling scene. And to be honest, it worked. Toccara will go on go-sees or go do modeling stuff, and the clears, Oh, you're from America's Next. Oh, they used to make her feel like crap. So she fought her own battles. As a matter of fact, she was kicked off right after she spoke up for not having her stuff. So how is it that's what I'm saying. It'd be one thing to say, yeah, I heard some things, but I'm not going to lie, I haven't experienced it. But for these girls to just be coming on here acting like this is all new to them, you're not going to tell me they didn't hear nothing. Come on now. How segregated were y'all from the other girls? Because all them other girls could say they had the same experience. But some of y'all, a few of y'all, Yaya, Eva and Toccara, they must have gave y'all separate rooms because y'all apparently don't have the same experience. And it's like I say, it's one thing to not have the experience. It's another when you can act like you ain't never heard of it. This is all brand new. That I call cap on.
Impact had on and off the show for you?
Yeah, I was one of the first plus size girls to ever be on America's Next Top Model. And when I came in, the styling was terrible. They wouldn't have my size. They would pull out my clothes last. I wouldn't even have a rack. All the girls would have racks of clothes. They would have options. And it was like, here, this is what you're going to wear. I remember even when we did a shoot for La Perla, we had to do the lingerie. There was nothing in my size. I can't fit their bras, their underwears. I had to wear a robe. And I don't even know if the robe was the correct size, right? I think I was busting out of the robe. And then it was that time where the stylist pinched my back. I wanted to smack that. Still in the blank, however way.
What do you mean? What do you say he pinched you? You mean he pinched your?
No, she pinched me. She pinched me on my back, and then we got into it because she wants to tell me, do she think she can find a rack of clothes in my size? And I'm like, how? Why couldn't you? I wear clothes every single day. I get dressed every day, honey. I'm fabulous every single day. How could you not find clothes in my size? What is going on, darling?
I just wonder if some of those moments were painful because, you know, I think that you have defended Tyra in the past because, and I will never forget.
I always defend Tyra. I'm sorry to cut you off, Chanel. I don't have anything bad to say about Tyra because that wasn't my experience. Mm-hmm. But watching this documentary and seeing and hearing these stories absolutely broke my heart. You know, two things can be true at the same time. And watching some of the relationships that she had with the judges and not calling them and how, you know, just listening to my fellow contestants, it breaks my heart. And that doesn't mean that, I don't take away from their experiences. And I think that's messed up. You know, I don't want to be, when you're in a relationship, you don't want your partner just to be nice to you. You want them to be nice to the server, nice to the valet, nice to their family, nice to your friends, you know. Just because my experience was nice, I don't excuse that behavior from the way that other people were treated. I think that was still unfair. It just wasn't my story. But
so it sounds like she's saying she had a bad experience with the staff, but her personal experience with Tyra, she don't have nothing negative to say. And you know what? I respect that because just because Tyra was a bitch, don't necessarily mean she was a bitch to everybody. Tyra could have very well taken a liking to Toccara and actually treated her different. I believe that. I just find it odd, like I said, that these girls are having to watch the documentary to find out all this stuff. You're not going to tell me you lived in the house with these girls, you ate, slept, and was with these girls 24/7 and you didn't know. But again, I see both sides. Like she said, two things could be true. I could have had a decent experience with Tyra and everybody else in the house could have had the most horrible experience. My only question is, how is it that you never witnessed any of these horrible experiences? That would be my only question. But yeah, she had her own stuff. She couldn't even find clothes. They was doing Toccara bad. But I'm telling you, it was, in my opinion, because I remember watching the show in real time. I think what they were trying to do was, what's the word I want to look for? Demonize the black woman's physique and the black woman's image. Because you got to keep in mind, Toccara was not a big girl. But Toccara looked like the everyday average black woman. And in the America's Next Top modeling world, remember, prior to ANTM, they only had 3-4 black girls in the entire scene. And we all know who they were. Naomi Campbell, Tyra Banks, Iman, and maybe one other person. We all know the girls who were the top models. You can count them on one hand. When Tyra started coming in and they started making it all inclusive, a lot of the clear people who were behind the scenes and working in the actual industry were not jacking it. They was not going for it. And I think when Toccara came on, she was symbolism to demonize the shape of the black woman. That's why they did all that, making it hard for her to get clothes. That's why they, you know what I'm saying? She always had issues back and forth about her size because they wanted everybody to look like a stick. And this is the worst part. Then right after that, a clear woman who was bigger than Tyra, flat booty, bigger than Tyra, she came on and Tyra, I mean, not Tyra, bigger than Toccara. Tyra was like, oh my God, we love you. We love your size. We're just going to do so much. Girl, please. Somebody said, was it Cynthia? What's Cynthia? Barely? What's Cynthia? What's Cynthia? I said you can count them on one hand. Who said Cynthia? What's Cynthia? Who was married to Peter? Girl, please. Now, this is no shade. Shout out to Cynthia. She's a beautiful girl. But Cynthia wasn't one of them girls. Cynthia was a girl. She just wasn't one of them girls. And I love her down. I'm just being real. She a Pisces. Love her down. Cynthia was a girl. She just wasn't one of them girls. She was a girl, though. She was definitely a girl. Let's not take nothing away. She just wasn't one of those. Yeah, I think Grace Jones would probably fall in that 4th or 5th spot, but way long before Cynthia Bailey is even. Nigga said Cynthia. What's Cynthia? Girl, please. Which one? Can't be the Bailey one.
It still doesn't take away from that trauma.
The show, how did it line up with your?
Anyways, Toccara, like I said, I like Toccara. I always thought that she was beautiful. Toccara went on to do all type of stuff after the show. I like Toccara. Like I said, I just find it odd that everybody's figuring out what was going on at the damn documentary. How not? Y'all didn't talk to none of these other girls. My conspiracy theory is now that we can add Toccara in, that's because they were planted there. They didn't have the same experience as the other girls because they were planted. I'll give you some other examples of girls that were planted. Dawn making the band, planted. They knew she was gonna be on the show long before she got there. It's a lot of these shows where they plant these girls and you think that they just randoms off the street. I don't think so. But I just feel like they planted her there. That's why her experience probably was different. Mm-hmm. Girl, who asked if Kenya Moore was a model? Kenya Moore would be mad. Matter of fact, I still don't know if she was Miss America or Miss USA. I don't know the difference. But Kenya Moore wasn't never really a model. She was like a beauty queen. Kenya Moore, I remember she won that pageant. She looked like a Barbie doll. I never forget. Shout out to Kenya Moore. I will never forget when Kenya won that pageant. Kenya Moore, no cap. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of Kenya Moore. When Kenya Moore won that beauty pageant, back in the day, they had a dark-skinned Barbie doll. When I tell you they must have modeled that Barbie doll after Kenya Moore, because Kenya Moore literally, I'm talking about from head to toe. I'm talking about hair, face, smile, skin, body. Kenya Moore was like a walking real life Black Barbie doll. I was in awe. I remember like, oh my God, she is beautiful. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of Kenya when she won. What was it? Miss USA? Kenya Moore. Miss USA. That's what it is. Miss USA. Now that I know, Lord, I'll try not to forget it, Lord. I try not to forget it. Here she go. Let me see if I can go get the site so we can see Miss Kenya. Y'all gonna put some respect on Miss Kenya Moore's name, honey. Oh, snap. What are the odds? Bruh, y'all look at this. I hovered over one of these pictures. One of the pictures Kenya took was on March 13th, 1993. I was 10 years old. This picture right here. Look. On this picture, you see how I hover over it and say 3/13 March 1993. This heifer took this picture on my birthday in 1993. You know that's a shame, girl. But you know what though? I've been getting all kind of synchronicities. Let me see. Let me go back. Y'all see Kenya? Kenya was a black Barbie doll. Do you hear me? Literal. Walking, talking Barbie. Whatever Barbie was supposed to look like, Kenya was that. That was Kenya. That was Kenya right there. I thought she was the most gorgeous. She was in the supermodel. She was a beauty queen. Miss USA, not Miss America. I don't know the difference. And remember Kenya came out and said she was Indian and the people got mad? Let's move on. Speaking of people getting mad, Kandi girl. Kandi is on another press run. We just talked about Kandi the other day. Kandi don't want nobody to know it's trouble in the paradise down there with her and Tide. Tide done set up his scheme and now he's waiting to collect his coins. And Kandi has been going on every which way but loose, everywhere she could go, to tell everybody that everything is all right. Kandi, we don't believe you, girl. We don't believe you, Baritone Burruss. We don't believe nothing you are saying about this divorce. As a matter of fact, every time you tell us something ain't wrong, we know something is wrong. Kandi, what is going on? You got to take some L's. It's some in life, we all going to take L's. Everybody take L's, okay? You can't use PR to get in front of every L. Some of the L's, you just going to have to be like, you know what? I got to eat that. But Kandi has been making it her business to tell any and everybody with ears to hear that her and Tide is doing well, even though the lawyers are lawyering and they beating each other up next door. Because mind you, he lived next door. Child, I am so tired of Kandi. And look at her on here with the nigga bitch. With this Sissy Madison interviewing Kandi. And it says Kandi opens up the T.S. Madison, this sissy, about her divorce and shuts down the rumors. The prenup stands. She says the Grammy winning award singing songwriter, Broadway star, and Real Housewives of Atlanta icon. Okay. Icon. Can y'all help me out? And before I ask y'all this question and y'all get on here lying, let's put this into context. I had to stop right here. Think of the word icon. Before I ask this question, I need everybody to think of the word icon. As a matter of fact, let's do an exercise. Let's do an exercise. You guys, drop some names of some icons in the chat. Let's do that. Let's drop some names of some icons. I'll give you one. Michael Jackson, icon. Definite icon. Icon down to the ground. Nene Leakes, icon. There's certain people. Oh, what's the girl name? New York, icon. New York is an icon. Yes. There are certain people that it's like Stevie Wonder, yeah, we can all get together and agree that these people are icons. Whitney Houston, Prince, yeah. Now, Baritone Burruss. Now, I'm not saying that Kandi ain't famous. I'm not saying that Kandi ain't been doing her big one. But I let Kandi play in our face when she told y'all she was worldwide. I allowed y'all to allow Kandi to play in our face. And the reason I'm saying that is because I'm not saying she ain't sell records worldwide. I told y'all niggas do not know Kandi, no worldwide, okay? But I let Kandi come on here and just say whatever she wanted to say. And y'all went to going around saying the girl was worldwide. And I really didn't too particularly like it. But now here it is. You got these people, this Sissy Madison writing this. I don't know who wrote this. Icon, where she don't even have iconic moments on TV. You know who have the iconic moments on TV in her storyline? Her mama. Mama Jers is more of an icon than Kandi. She wasn't even the most popular in the group. She wasn't. As a matter of fact, she was one of the least populars in the group. Tell me if I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. She was probably the least, if not the third to last if not the last. She wasn't even the most popular in the group. So how did that Kandi become this icon and worldwide? Girl, y'all. Every man wants a woman. Girl, please. Icon, girl. Whew, let's move on. It says, but the conversation doesn't stop there. This week on Outlaws, Kandi talks Broadway, Real Housewives of Atlanta, Nene Leakes, and talks her SHIT like no other. Let's get into her talk about this divorce, child. Kandi, I ain't gonna lie, you're starting to look like the vending machine, baby. Kandi look like she not getting enough sleep. Y'all saw Kandi lose that weight, and I think she looks good, but I see it's a little stress coming up under there too. Okay, Kandi girl, please drink you some water and get you some rest. Fat. We starting to see it now.
You know, I'm your divorce. You know, we had been married 11 years. It'll be 12 years in April, but in July, just shit hit the fan. I like to say I came out the Matrix. And I like, wait a minute now. And then, oh, what? Okay. You know, and yeah, it just went left. And yeah, and so we're in that space now where we're trying to figure out.
Not Kandi calling her marriage the Matrix, bitch. Where's Tide? Did you really get on these people internet and call your whole marriage the Matrix? Girl, people is crazy.
Basically I split. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, here's what I'm gonna say from the outside, looking in. This is you could check the box yes or check the box no. Yeah. I personally think for me, you've built an entire career for yourself.
Yeah.
From 16.
Yeah.
That's yours.
Yeah.
That's yours.
Facts.
It is.
Right.
And anybody who doubting that, y'all done lost y'all mind.
That's right. That's yours.
But, and she, first of all, let me say, Kandi is absolutely right, and so is T.S. Madison. It is Kandi's. It is. And I think morally, anybody who tries to come in and try to take that from her is wrong. But the key word is think and morally. By law, yes, those things still belong to Kandi. But when y'all running up down to the chapel to get married because y'all see your friends doing it, y'all don't realize the business aspect beside this. It's no different from how women been getting money off of men for all of these years. When you have a lot of stuff and you get married, whenever y'all divorce, you got to know it's some L's you gonna take. You're not gonna leave the same way you walked in. Very seldom that happens. Prenup or not. And yes, morally, these things belong to Kandi. But the law says as long as y'all are married and y'all building equity and y'all sharing money, it's y'all's now. I didn't make it up. That's what the law said. This is why I tell y'all be careful. Oh, Lord, how I reopen this? This is why I tell y'all to be careful when y'all go up and when y'all go up in there and get married, because y'all don't even be knowing what it is. Y'all going married for love and y'all about to send yourself up through there. Let's get back into it.
In April, but in July, just shit hit the fan. I like to say I came out the Matrix. And I like, wait a minute now. And then, oh, what? Okay. You know, and yeah, it just went left. And yeah, and so we're in that space now where we're trying to figure out basically our split. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, here's what I'm gonna say from the outside, looking in. This is you could check the box yes or check the box no. Yeah. I personally think for me, you've built an entire career for yourself.
Yeah.
From 16.
Yeah.
That's yours.
Yeah.
That's yours.
It is.
Right.
And anybody who doubting that, y'all done lost y'all mind.
That's right. That's yours.
Now, you know, it's a lot of people that have been online to let me see how I'm gonna put this. It's been a lot of people online doing all these different you know, like their take of what's gonna happen. I guess because in one of the things that went public basically was saying like if he and I didn't agree that he felt like he could overturn a prenup or whatever. This is what I would say. Anytime there's a prenup, everybody says they think they can overturn it. So, but those are, I mean, you know, that's normal, you know what I mean? But truth be told, in our discussions, there is no conversation of that. You know what I mean? Our situation is fair for us. You know what I mean? What was already agreed to. So there is no reason for it to go there. You feel what I'm saying?
Got it.
It's not happening. So for all of y'all that's been trying to be like, oh, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. That's not even really the communication that we're having. We are dividing things fairly between us, what we made together.
And that's how it should be. And that was going to be my next statement. Because I feel like that what you have is yours. What y'all did is y'all's.
I really do hope that that's the case when it comes to Kandi and Todd. But remember, Kandi wanted to have the records sealed. Remember? When the divorce first popped off, remember they filed under weird names, and then she wanted to have the record sealed. And I remember saying, is it because Kandi don't want us in her finances, or I don't know what it is? And then it dawned on me, Kandi has this very schoolgirl type of image in the industry. She don't want us in her business. So it was in that moment I knew Kandi wanted to control the narrative. Now fast forward. This is about the third interview Kandi done did, and she keep telling everybody we not fighting over nothing. But every time we turn around, y'all fighting over something. It doesn't make sense. Ty was over there asking for custody. You was over there saying you wanted custody. Then you said let the mama watch him. Ty said hell no, let me watch him. Then you just filed something because he moving next door and you wanted him out the crib. Kandi, you have to stop. Let me tell y'all something, because everybody on the internet be lying to y'all. Divorce is nasty. It's disgusting. It's horrible. It's one of the worst things you will ever go through if you got something to lose. I'm telling you now, for y'all women in the bike, and I'm not talking about you women who get divorced and ain't got nothing, or get married and ain't got nothing. Hell, we get divorced, we ain't got nothing either. I'm talking about when you got something. Divorce is the nastiest thing you will ever go through. I don't give a damn what Kandi on here telling y'all. That hoe going through it. She going through it. It don't matter how many interviews she do. It don't matter how many times she swear to God they not fighting. She is going through it. Kandi have too much to lose. The person you marry is not going to be the person you divorce. When y'all going through divorce, he hates you. You hate him. You want him to die. He wants you to die, bitch. That's how it goes. Kandi on the internet playing to y'all. Playing PR. Oh no, it ain't that bad. We discussing things and we realize that we just gonna break it down the middle. If y'all was breaking it down the middle, Kandi, y'all wouldn't have all this back and forth. Kandi girl, please stop lying on the internet, girl. Just go through your divorce and put your head down, fat. We expecting you to take some L's. Duh. But to sit up here and keep trying to control the narrative like nothing is going on, you just filed a petition to get the nigga kicked out the crib. Kandi is banking on the fact that either some women won't acknowledge or recognize her bull, or they'll go blind and not be honest about what they know, or they just stupid. Because any woman who's ever been divorced knows, any person who's ever been divorced knows, When you go through a divorce, it is one of the worst times of your life. Not for everybody, but for damn near the majority of them. But when you want it to look like something, I guess Kandi gotta stop. It's not working out in your favor, Fat. I really do hope she get it together. I really do hope Kandi figure it out or whatever and get through this divorce so she can go on about her business. Because at the end of the day, all of this, but again, I keep telling y'all something I've never been able to put my finger on Kandi. Kandi, one of them girls, to me, this is just to me. Kandi, one of them girls, she care more about the way it looked than what it really is. And those girls are scary to me because to what extent will they go for the look? Does that make sense? I don't know about the Kandi girl. The Kandi girl ain't. I've been squinting my eyes at Kandi girl ever since she came out of the group, and I found out she wasn't hitting that note. That bitch catfished us on that note. And the truth that can and that bitch ain't hit it ever since she laid it down on the track. And I believe that Jermaine Dupri, I believe he auto-tuned that part because that bitch ain't hit that note ever since she put it down on wax. Said what I said. I don't want to hear nothing. Even if you're a candy cone, a candy cane, and a Kandi fan, you have her hit the note, and then we'll come back and discuss it again. Until that bitch could hit the note like she did on the song, she a big ass catfish. Say what I said. And I don't trust her. I don't trust her. I don't trust her. That whole been... Kandi ain't hit that note since she made it. I don't care what nobody says. Kandi ain't never hit that note in real life. Never. Somebody send me some footage. Kandi have never hit that note in real life. Not one. Not one time. Oh, Kandi sounds so bad. But speaking of so bad, I do have Love and Hip Hop coming up later. As soon as I get off of here. But y'all remember, part of the storyline on Love and Hip Hop, this is the second episode of this season, and part of the storyline on Love and Hip Hop is Kirk and Rashida's son, Kelcie. Is that the little boy name or the girl name? So this is what's going on. Kirk and Rashida got kids, obviously. The daughter, I believe her name is Kelcie, she was dating a rapper named T-Hood. T-Hood was whooping, allegedly, T-Hood was going upside Kelcie's head and knocking her between the washing machine and dryer. A video footage had surfaced of him beating the hell out of Kelcie one time. Now, the rumor has it that I don't know if she called her brother, which is Kirk and Rashida's son, or if he overheard. But either way, the brother came to the house and ended up killing Kelcie's boyfriend and rapper boyfriend T-Hood. This the boy T-Hood. I don't know which way I need to point, but this the boy T-Hood, and this is Kelcie. Now, Kelcie is Kirk and Rashida's daughter, and the son, the one down in the middle who ended up killing T-Hood, that's her brother, which is Kirk and Rashida's son, okay? Now, so the rumor was that boy was beating on her in there. I don't know how true it is. I'm not sure. All I know is the boy T-Hood ended up dead, and then all of a sudden they arrested Kirk and Rashida's son. And when he was arrested, people were saying that it was a setup. And then Kirk and Rashida and them team came out and said, no, it was self-defense. And then they said they went to court and they found out that it was ruled as self-defense. Now, that was all the way back then. I guess they're resurfacing this information now because the season is back out. And a lot of y'all forgot about it because I know I did. But apparently, the story is coming back up. And I want to get into it because I do have Love and Hip Hop coming on after I get off because I did do the review. And we're going to talk about this section in that story or in that review. So let's start at the beginning. Let's start a little bit further back. God damn, how many slides y'all got on here? All right, we don't need to read all of this. We just need to get through the meat and potatoes. It says Kirk Frost's daughter Kelcie speaks out following the murder of her boyfriend, Atlanta rapper T Hood, and she quotes, "The love of my life is gone. I didn't harm anyone or ask anyone to harm him. I didn't call a brother." Now, first of all, call a brother. What does that mean? Your brother or a brother? Then she goes on to say, "I am livid also. I didn't call my family for help. For one, I'm the only girl, and I know we would be right back together the same night. If anything, I don't involve my folks in our business. I didn't call a brother. I didn't call anyone but his mother. That's my baby." So around this time, once he was killed, the boy T Hood, everybody started going crazy saying that she called her brother over there to kill him. She's making this statement saying that that's not true. She would have never called her brother because they fight all the time, according to Kelcie. She said they normally would have fight and then they're just going about their business. So she would have never called him. She's denying calling him, but she's not saying what happened. I believe, we'll get to what I believe because I don't want to jump the gun. So then the family started putting out information on the internet, and the family started saying stuff like, basically that she set their family up, which is T Hood, that they used to be fighting each other, and that they basically paid the police out in Atlanta to make this all go away. This is according to T Hood's family. They was on Kirk and Rashida's necks. Now, on tonight's episode that I will be posting of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Kirk and Rashida speak about how right after all of this happened, they literally closed down all of their bistros. I don't know if she closed down the boutique, but she definitely closed down all of her bistros, and she said it was due to safety. That's what she said. It was due to safety concerns. But the way she posited on the show was that it was random people, like random fans on the internet who saw the story, and they all just started coming in over there trying to, attack them. But that's not what it was, because it started coming back to me. His family and his fans and the people that he knows was on Rashida and Kirk's neck, not because T Hood was dead necessarily, because they felt like Kirk and Rashida having the fame and the connection to the police basically helped their son get away with murder. So his family were the ones that was going at Rashida and them crazy. So when she's on the show saying that people were showing up to the bistro and putting stuff on their gate and putting stuff in their mailbox and stuff, I am inclined to believe that that wasn't regular fans. I am inclined to believe that that's either family and friends of T Hood or fans of T Hood, people who knew him as an artist and didn't too particularly appreciate your son killing him. Now, I must admit, according to her and from what I seen, they fought. He used to probably beat on her, but she the kind of girl who cool with it. That's what it seems like. It seemed like he used to beat on her and she cool with it. But ultimately it ended up in this young man losing his life, and that's why she was going back and forth with the family on the internet. Here's the brother. Y'all remember the brother? He looked just like Rashida. Now, is this Kirk's son too? That's his name, Kai. That's the boy. He looked like he wouldn't hurt a fly. That be the ones, though. Lord have mercy. That be the ones who look like they wouldn't hurt a fly. And see, look right here. It said T Hood's sister claims Kelcie did call her brother and says his sister called him to properly help. It says, called him to the property to help. The sister says, this is the brother, the other brother, the one who said his ankle hurt. He shot him also, but left the scene. And then it says, before police came, he also stated that his sister called him to the property for help. So T Hood's family was denying what Kai was saying, or at least what Kelcie was out there saying, that nobody called her brother. But my thing is, how did he know? But it was a long back and forth between Kelcie, the family, and Rashida in them. And if I get into the updated drama, it says, it says, while T Hood's sister accuses Kelcie Frost of setting him up, says her brother fatally shot him, cleaned up the scene, and went into hiding. If it is self-defense, quote, she says, if it is self-defense, you wouldn't run from the scene. You would stay because you did nothing wrong. So here, T Hood's sister is alleging that not only did Kai shoot her brother, that he stayed there and cleaned up the scene. It's a lot. But again, I keep telling y'all on the show, Kirk and Rashida got it, making it seem like that they making it seem like that it was fans, that was just random fans that was over there attacking them. Here's, I guess, a picture of the of Kelcie. Trigger warning for y'all who can't. Let's see. Let's get through some of these videos. T Hood's sister shared some videos. Here's a little footage from the apartment. One of those times he was allegedly beating on her. Now, this is Kelcie, Rashida's daughter, and this is the boyfriend, T Hood. This isn't when he was killed, but this is a little footage that was surfacing around the internet showing that he was abusive to her. And if you can see in the corner right here, this them getting into it. So when he got killed, right after he got killed, this footage was released. I believe that it was released so that they could build the self-defense case. I'm not saying that I don't know what happened. I'm just saying I believe it was released so they can build the self-defense case. And this is Kelcie arguing with T Hood, the boyfriend. The sister, his sister posted this.
You. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Dumb bitch. Oh, you're the biggest. You're the biggest, babe. Oh, you are. That's what the fuck you put on your stage. Fuck you and your stage.
So you wasn't there before.
No. Leave, bro. Yeah, that's what it's about. Your actions, your actions, your actions. Go up to the corner, go up to a real bitch. I'm tired of putting that bitch in my face. I'm tired. I'm so tired of you putting her in my face. Fuck you. That's who you want to share status with. That's who's big to you. That's who got motion. That's a real bitch. Fuck I can say. Oh, she's this. Go over there, nigga.
All this because I had.
Get the fuck out of my face.
That's video that his sister posted showing the dynamic of their relationship. And according to his sister, she was like, Kelcie is the aggressor in the relationship. And then there was an autopsy came out that basically said T Hood was shot in his back, thighs, butt, and abdomen. And I'm not gonna lie, shot in the back, it automatically should cancel out self-defense. Because once a person is fleeing, which means their back is turned, I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't know. You would have to be there. I wasn't there. But that to me was a red flag. But then if we get into what's going on right now, like I said, I believe Kirk and Rashida is putting this back out in the blogs because on Love and Hip Hop, they're talking about this storyline. This is their storyline. And it says, the case of T Hood's death has been closed. As we previously reported, T Hood's boyfriend of Kelcie, T Hood, boyfriend of Kelcie Frost, was fatally shot on August 8, 2025 after an altercation. The police report stated that T Hood pulled a gun in the midst of an argument that included two other individuals, leading one of them to fire at him in self-defense. After being taken to a local hospital, he died. The prime suspect was later determined to be Kelcie Frost's brother, Kai Frost. It says the rapper's family initially attacked Kelcie and her family on social media, which snowballed and revealed that the couple had an abusive relationship. They accused Kelcie of setting him up to be killed. And then it says the Gwinnett County DA has decided that no charges will be filed, as evidence does in fact suggest the shooting was self-defense. And again, T Hood family wanted Kirk and Rashida head off their shoulder. They did, because they feel like the only reason Kai got away with this is because of who his family is. And that could very well be true, because, you know, it's Atlanta. Let's be real. Money talk and bull crap walks in most of these cities. So again, I don't know. But that's the update on it. It is one of the storylines on Love and Hip Hop that I will be discussing today. When I drop the video. But like I said, you got to keep in mind, real and reality can run parallel, but they're not the same, because according to Rashida, she making it seem like this just some random fans. That's that boy family. That boy family don't like y'all and probably was putting threatening letters on y'all doors and all of that. That makes more sense. You see what I'm saying? It makes more sense. But at any rate, let's move on. We got to get into this last subject with Benzino and Diamond. Yeah, I saw he was shot 4 times earlier, 6 months prior. So this dude, T Hood, in the defense of Kelcie Frost and Kai and all of those people of the Frost, and I don't know if this is defense of them, but the boy T Hood had been having a lot of run-ins. Right before that, he was shot up. Like I don't know if it was at a dice game or whatever. They was out somewhere and he got shot up and he ended up living. Somebody in the chat said that was following him, basically. And you know, sometimes the Most High will give you warnings before your death. Like for instance, I'll use my brother for example. My brother died in 2006. But right before he died on a motorcycle accident, my brother had caught pneumonia. But this the craziest part. The only reason he knew he had pneumonia, because this is around the time when opioids and pills first started popping off. He was on them pills and he ended up damn near overdosing on pills, and they rushed him to the hospital, and that's where they found out that he had walking pneumonia, that if he had not overdosed, he would have died. I swear to God. Then on top of that, he almost got stuck on a train track driving, and a train almost hit him. And no cap, months later, my brother, God bless the dead, but months later, my brother was dead and gone. When I look at the T Hood boy and missing death the first time, not, getting shot up and not dying, sometimes God will send you signs. That's all I'm saying. Sometimes God will send you signs, and it sometimes don't have to be for the person. It could also be for the people around you. You see what I'm saying? So be careful, man. And if y'all start paying attention to people y'all know, y'all will start being like, oh, snap, they did have signs. I'm telling you. No cap. If you start thinking about somebody you was close to that passed, and start thinking about the months and maybe even years leading up to when they passed, and watch when you start analyzing, you'll be like, oh, snap. They did have a sign. Oh, snap. Watch. It's everybody. I think it's kind of universal or something like that. It's kind of weird. But anyways, we got to move on for the sake of time, because I do want to put out Love and Hip Hop later on for y'all, because I think I just got to edit it and then that's it. So now we got to move on to Benzino. Shout out to everybody in the building, y'all. Let's get to Benzino. So I don't know what in the world is happening with Benzino, but all I know is I saw a picture of him laid out on the stretcher. Now we know Benzino ain't got no neck, but for some odd reason, somebody found the stretcher to put him on and put a neck brace on. And I was of confusion. Why? Because how did they get it on his neck? Number one. Number two, what happened? What in the hell done happened to damn Benzino? Now, every time we see Benzino, he either ducking a tranny, or he over here playing like he not a punk, or he working out. And to see him laid up in the hospital like this, I'll say, oh no, something is happening. Turns out he said it was Diamond from Crime Mob. Girl. Now, didn't Diamond from Crime Mob just have a baby? Why is she running over people with her vehicles? Let's get into it. Benzino claimed that girl Diamond ran over him and tried to kill him. It says, prayers up for Benzino. According to Tasha K, the Love and Hip Hop star called her, sharing that he was in the hospital suffering from extreme pain and put in a neck brace. Now, you know that's the cap right there, because how they get the neck brace on them? He alleges that he caught Althea attempting to remove their son from school, despite him being the sole custodial parent. He says he chased them to the car, and during the chaos, Diamond... Where the fuck Diamond came from? Wait. How you and your baby mama getting into it? How the hell Diamond come out the sky? Where she came from? Was Diamond with Althea? I'm of confusion. It said all of a sudden, he said he alleges that he caught Althea attempting to remove their son from the school, despite him being the sole custodial parent. He said he chased them to the car, and during the chaos, Diamond from Love and Hip Hop allegedly struck him with her new vehicle. Now, how you knew it was new? He wrote it on Tasha K, or he wrote to Tasha K on X. It says Benzino and Althea have been feuding in recent months, with things spilling over onto social media. In December, Althea accused him of being bisexual and having a sexual relationship with Bobby Valentino. Bobby Valentino. It says Benzino later shot down the allegations and says Althea also claimed he had been keeping their son from her in order for her to retract her statements. So it's a lot of mess going on. Diamond from Love and Hip Hop done came out of nowhere. I don't even know where she came from. I could not tell you where Diamond from Love and Hip Hop came from. All I know is she done popped up and she was there. And according to Benzino, she done hit him in her brand new vehicle, in her brand new Cadillac. Let's get Benzino on here so we can get what happened. Oh, Benzino. Tasha, what done happened? Hold on. Let's get Tasha on here. Benzino got to tell us what done happened between him and Althea. And how the hell did Diamond from Love and Hip Hop? No, they should say Diamond from Crime Mob. She ain't no Diamond from Love and Hip Hop. Let's get into it.
From the hospital, you called me. You said that you were hit by a car by Diamond and Althea. They were trying to kidnap Zeno from the school, and you got custody of Zeno.
We have joint custody. Althea is the primary custody. All right, that was done in 2019. She's been giving me hell with Zeno. I've never got on the internet with it for a while. We haven't spoke with each other. We ain't messed with each other. But this woman would call me and just come down to the house. Told me one time, hey, look, I'm not trying to get you from Ashley, but I'll just take you for the weekend and you can go back with her. I just want my family back. These are the things she's saying. What's that right there? Why are you gonna have her there?
Because you're talking about her.
I don't want to see her while I'm talking.
Okay, all right, no problem. Get her off the screen.
Now I'm gonna rewind it. She went back down to Miami. She locked Zeno basically in his room for 5 months. Not locked and key, but in his room.
Sent me some pictures from the hospital. You called me.
With no Wi-Fi and no TV. The kid for 5 months just had his phone. That's my son, 10 years old. Good kid, beautiful kid, didn't deserve this. 5 months goes by, Zeno's not in school. She held him out of school. She screamed, he goes without eating. I would have to call Aldi's to get microwavable food because she didn't cook for him that whole time. Zeno told DFAX down there a bunch of stuff. They interviewed him. The reason that nothing could take place because they'd asked Zeno if he was all right. Come to find out, Althea's pinching him, telling him, you better not say nothing. The grandmother's telling me this. So the grandmother goes down there a few days before Christmas. They get into a fight.
Althea's mom.
Althea's mom. Althea gets taken away to get under 72-hour evaluation, I guess, with a mental facility. I enrolled him in the school because if I didn't, he would have got kept back. So now I have Zeno. I got him. Althea gets out. She's going crazy now. Home with no Wi-Fi and no TV. The kid for 5 months.
He 11 years old now because he was born in 2015. Yeah, he 11.
She makes all the allegations. She's mad at her mother and her sister because her mother and sister just telling the truth, that she's lost her mind and Zeno's down there suffering. It's kind of abusive. She's on the internet telling everybody I'm keeping him from her. Now, he's in school. Thursday, we had a court date, our first court date. We go to court. We sit in front of the judge, a woman judge. She listened to everybody, her, me, and said, I'm going to make my decision, and I'll be emailing you guys to let you know what's going on. I thought that she would wait for the judge's decision. Today, I went to go pick Zeno up. I get a call from the police saying, hey, she's down here with a friend. She's worried about the child. And I'm like, the child? The child's in school today. I had to go take him to get air, eye, and nose after school. Go down right there where the bus drops him off at. She makes all the allegations. She's mad at her mother and her sister because her mother and sister just telling the truth, that she's lost her mind and Zeno's down there suffering. It's kind of abusive. She's on the internet telling everybody I'm keeping him from her. Now, he's in school. Thursday, we had a court date, our first court date. We go to court. We sit in front of the judge, a woman judge. She next thing you know, there's like a blind spot with the tree, so I can't see nothing, but I do see these other kids crowding around like it's a fight. So I'm like, what the hell? So I pull up. It's Althea grabbing Zeno. She's running. There's a street here, there's a park here, and there's another street. She's running across. Now there's two police officers there. I jump out the car, run across the park. I'm looking at them like, yo, she got my son. I run over there. There's a black brand new Escalade, or it looked like a new Escalade. It doesn't take a rocket science to see it's not an old one. We go over there. She throws Zeno in the car. I think the window's down. I go to see like what the hell's going on, because at this point I seen Althea, but I'm tripping like somebody got my son. She's doing this in front of the kids and everything. I runs past the police. There's 2 officers. Go over there. And so I'm like, yo, hey, what are you doing? As I go to the car, the next thing you know, the window's down or the window. I try to put my window in the car to say, like, hold up, slow down. Diamond kind of pulls off, like squeezes, fast as hell. I didn't even know it was Diamond. Flies up the street. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It kind of twisted me. My arm got messed up. My back's a little messed up. I hit my head on the car, and I definitely messed up my arm. The doctor, they sent me to a specialist. He said that he thinks there's a slight fracture in there that the x-ray didn't pick up. The ambulance comes.
So wait, did he get hit by the car, or was it the wind? Because y'all ever been on side the road, on side the interstate, and felt the cars pass? It'll brush you by. So did he get hit? I don't think he said he got hit. He said she came by so fast it brushed him like this. Zeno said it brushed him like this because she was coming up the street so fast that by the time he got brushed like this, it threw his shoulder out. That's what Zeno said. The shoulder went out because she came by so fast, he didn't know what was going on. You feel what I'm saying? So he did that and the shoulder went like that. I don't know. Child, this is a lot.
I go to the hospital. I'm sad. I'm angry because Althea has them. And she must have showed police the original 2019 form where she's the primary. We have joint custody, but she's the primary. Based on what Zeno told DFACS and everything, I'm sitting in the hospital. Right after they called me and said, we are bringing Zeno back to you. Zeno's sleeping right in the room right now. They brought Zeno back, took him because she wasn't supposed to have him in the first place. The window's down or the window.
Okay, hold on.
I actually.
Okay, before we get to Diamond, now he's, according to him, to kind of give y'all the cliff notes, he went to drop Lil Benzino off to school. He's 11 years old. He said apparently Althea done lost her mind. She done went crazy. She over there, she don't be around there cooking for that little boy. He said the little boy was out of school for 5 months. Now they have joint custody, but she got primary custody. But because they have joint custody, apparently he got a way to get the kid, and then he got the kid in school. Althea on that shit now went down to the school and took the child out the school, was bum rushing him out like losing Isaiah. They say like that. He said she was running out the school, so he go to running behind her with his chin up, trying to get to the baby because he didn't want to lose Isaiah. You know what I'm saying? He said Lil Zeno was saying, Dad. And he was saying, don't leave with my son. Help me with my son, police. And the police was just like, we ain't got nothing to do with that. That's between y'all. So anyway, he said that when he ran up on Althea, he finally got her and was like, give me my kid. But she had already zoomed away. He said, and before he knew it, he looked up, it was Diamond. He said, all he heard was, I like the way she rocked her hips and wave and step. He said at first he didn't know what to do, if he was going to dance or what. He said, but then all of a sudden he didn't know what happened. He just felt this big brush of wind that came by. He said the car went so fast he didn't even know what it was. He said all he knows is he saw a yellow weave out the car and he knew it was Diamond. Diamond from Cry Mob had done gave him whiplash, threw his shoulder out. He done got Zeno back in school. They say the mom and the grandma on them all know Althea crazy. But right now, he want to sue Diamond from Crime Mob for giving him the whiplash like this when she came up the street. Because he said he didn't even know they was together. I don't know if they around there dagging. I know Diamond just had a baby. But I don't know what's going on with Althea crazy ass. But what I do know is Zeno is back in school. That's the cliff notes. Okay? Now, that scrappy ex-old lady. Yeah, that scrappy ex-old lady. Y'all don't know nothing about Atlanta. You know when Jermaine Dupri said, welcome to Atlanta where the players play, he ain't mean like no pimps. He mean like where the hoes go. Atlanta is Sodom and Gomorrah. I keep telling y'all think I'm just be talking out the side of my neck. Atlanta is Sodom and Gomorrah. Anything could go on in Atlanta. Anything, bitch. Anything. Girl, name it. It's going on in Atlanta. So, her being scrappy baby mama, sound about right. Okay? Let's get into Diamond, because I want to hear Diamond's side. I feel like we got to be honest and let the girls give their side of the story. So we got Diamond on here. Diamond is denying all of these claims. Diamond said that is a lie. She said she was in the studio that night. She said Benzino is a no-neck ass lie. Let's get into it.
Benzino, if I would have hit you with my car, I would be in jail right now. So let's clear that first. Nobody hit you with a car, okay? So why you get to the hospital with that fake neck brace on, calling Tasha K? I don't know. It's beneath me. I can't even begin to understand why. She walked to go check on her child, give him a hug, X, Y, and Z. And I think at some point, bring him back to the car to where we were, because the police were by the car. Then I hear, well, I'm gonna say I hear. By this time, she has made it inside of the car and she's talking to him, checking on him. And at this point, I'm in the driver's seat. My baby's over here in the back seat. He comes to the car running, you stupid, going crazy. Police out there and everything now, right? Comes to the car. My baby, I think my window is half cracked. So my car is already in drive, because at this point we finna probably pull around the corner, whatever the case. He's swinging. I don't know what he's trying to do. If he's trying to open my car door from the, I don't know what he's trying to do. All I know is my car is already in drive and you're trying to put your hand inside of the window to where my baby is. So a drove the fuck. If you hold on to my car and you happen to skin your knee or whatever happened, I don't know.
Because this seemed more plausible. No Neck is lying now. Now the girl said No Neck came up on her. That girl said she was coming up the street minding her business. She didn't know what was going on with him and no Althea. She said she had her baby in the car, minding her business, and she said all of a sudden she saw No Neck running up behind her car and put his hands in her car. And that girl had to do what she had to do, so she just pulled off. I believe Diamond. I do. Because the whole whiplash story of the wind making the whole story of Benzino saying that the wind knocked his shoulder out of socket. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's not probable. Okay. So this sounds more like it. You put your hand in that lady car and that lady pulled off on your ass and you almost lost your shoulders. That makes sense, Benzino. Because see, Benzino be on here saying anything. Benzino is looking for a crowd to be behind him. And we got to start using our deductive reasoning in our own minds. This makes more sense for your shoulder to be out of the pocket because you put your hand in that lady car. I believe that. I believe you did. Now, I'm not saying she right or wrong, but I believe you put your hand in that lady car and she skirted off on your ass. I believe that. That's why the shoulder hurt. Then for them to flash back to Benzino in the bed with the neck brace on. I'm so tired of these people, girl. It's Diamond. And first of all, Diamond look good. Diamond, girl, kitten heels. Bitch, you look good, fat. Yes, you do. You know, last time we seen you on Love and Hip Hop, you looked this so bad. Yes, you did. But see that baby you had, they say you got married or something, huh? They must have put that good healthy weight on you. You look good, fat. I like your hair. I like your makeup and everything. You look good. I hope you're not wearing no kitten heels, but other than that, you look good. Shout out to Diamond. Diamond, you're doing better. It took you 40 years, but you didn't arrive. You know what I'm saying? Wait, let me go back to this because I feel like Benzino be lying. Hold on. Is this something else Diamond had to say?
Did not hit him with the car. This nigga So I'm about to say this on my live, but long story short, him and Althea have been going through some back and forth. Althea was going through something traumatic to where a girlfriend of her that she entrusted to represent her properties, she basically sold the property, $2 million home behind her back. And it basically wiped out Althea's bank account, and it put her into a frenzy, a mental health frenzy. You know what I'm saying?
Pause, bitch. That'll send me down there too. Oh, now that makes sense. Bitch, I won't fight too. What you mean? So she said some girl, Althea business partner, done took and sold all her property, millions of dollars, wiped her out. No wonder she over there. I'd have went kidnap my son too. I would have. I ain't gonna lie. If I lost millions of dollars, I'd go kidnap my own child. I would. Why? I don't know. It just would feel like the next best thing to do. You know? So now I'm starting to believe, girl, wait, this is getting deep. This is getting deep.
And she went to get an evaluation. It was Benzino's weekend. It was like right before Christmas for him to see the child. So she was like, well, they're going to keep me for 48 hours just to make sure everything is okay. Just go ahead and let him go with his father. She said that to the mom. So the mom gave the baby to the father. When she got out, I actually did not hit him with the car. Also in Miami, about to move back to Atlanta. She was calling him to try to get her son back, and he would not answer the phone. He was supposed to enroll him into the same school where he was going. He did not do that. So she didn't even know where her son was for 2 months. We found out where the baby was, where the school was, talked to the school. We showed up to the school and showed paperwork that she has primary custody of the child, but it was during dismissal. So they understood and was like, okay, well, you know, basically it's dismissal now, so there's really nothing that they could do. So we went to Benzino's apartment and waited for the bus to come. We called the police, told the police what was going on, and that she had her paperwork to show that she was the primary custodial guardian or whatever, and that we knew that it could possibly be some friction with her picking the son up, or either just going to say hi. Because initially, she was also in Miami, about to move back to Atlanta. She was calling him. She just wanted to check on her baby and do a wellness check and make sure he was okay. So when we got there, the police met us there, and he got off the bus, and she went over to hug him and bring him to my car to just talk to him, do a wellness check. Then Benzino walks up. My baby is in the back seat. He's screaming, "You bitch." You know what I'm saying? And then I don't know if he was trying to unlock my car window or whatever. He's swinging, but I got my 1-year-old in the back car seat. So mind you, my car is still in drive. I drove off because it's like, what? You're not going to be hitting and screaming and this and that. You can hit my baby. I don't know what the fuck going on. I was actually shocked that he acted that way because the police were there. And then we drove off and went around the corner and talked to the police. If I did hit him, I would be in jail right now. Not in jail. So I wasn't.
Not Benzino. Benzino done came on the internet and said that girl tried to commit vehicular homicide. All for us to find out the police was right there and Benzino is crazy. That sound about right. Benzino, you got to stop. Now, I'm not saying you all the way wrong, but the police was right there, Benzino. Why you come on the internet and say that girl tried to kill you with her car? Why would Benzino, you know... I don't understand. I understand, but I don't. Benzino have to stop.
I'm gonna go live because so many people have reached out to me and asked me. I just talked to his daughter, Coy, because she was asking, was that true? And she reached out, and it was a cool conversation. She just wanted to check on her baby and do a wellness check and make sure he was disrespectful. But I told her the same thing. Like, I don't know what he thought was gonna happen, but you're not gonna pull up to nobody's car trying to bang on their window and all this craziness. I just drove off. So that's what happened, boo. I'm also trying to see where Coy stands because me and her kind of just had some words, which was cool, it was cordial, you know. Okay, so me and her had some words back and forth. I'm gonna see what her response is because that will determine if I include her in the live. But it was cool, cordial, but I just kind of had to check her a little bit because she's trying to tell me you shouldn't have had have your baby with you, going to be getting Althea's mess. That could have went left. And I had to tell her, like, you don't tell me I'm older than you. You don't.
But before we pause, Coy is right. Coy, even though you older than Coy, it seems like Coy is more intelligent, because Coy is absolutely right. If I'm going to ride with my friend, now don't get me wrong, it depends on the situation. I've been in the hood, and it's been times I done loaded my child up and went did the bull. So I'm not going to act like I'm above it. But in this situation, Coy is right. What you don't want to do is put your baby in a situation to get himself hurt to go play with Althea and her baby daddy. It don't matter if you older than her, because apparently Coy is the only one with the common sense out of all of y'all.
So I appreciate you being concerned, but you don't tell me what I shouldn't and should not do. When we called the police and we didn't do anything wrong, we did what we were supposed to do.
If you don't with your father, don't with your father. Why are you calling now trying to check? You don't even with him.
But disrespectful. But I told her the same thing. Like,
I don't know what's true or false. All I know is Benzino was locked up in the hospital. Look at Diamond said, if I hit this clown with my car, I would be in jail. The police was on site the whole time. And then she says, where's the neck brace? This nigga a whole liar. And clown. This is funny and sad at the same time. I pray he gets the help he needs. You know what makes this so crazy to me? Is because I recall, before I knew exactly who Benzino was and how short he was, I remember seeing him on the Source magazine. I remember knowing Benzino was the light-skinned dude from up there around New York, and he owned the Source magazine and the Source Awards. I used to think, and this is how you know imagery can guide your mind. This is prior to me knowing Benzino the way we know him, because he wasn't on Love and Hip Hop. We didn't know him. I really thought he probably was one of the real niggas. Whole time. Benzino lamer than a bitch. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Man. Boston, New York, it's all the same. Y'all all wear them heavy boots, child. I'm from New Orleans. Anybody over Tennessee is New York. Say what I said. I'm from New Orleans. Anybody over the state of Tennessee is New York. Connecticut, New York. Jersey, New York. Boston, New York. Pennsylvania, New York. Virginia, bitch, New York. We don't have time for all of that in the South. We don't know about all this. I'm telling y'all. And y'all understand, we do the same thing with the islands. Everywhere is Jamaica. Don't lie. But I'm from St. Bart's, Jamaica. I'm from St. Thomas, Jamaica. But I'm from Honduras, Jamaica. We all call them all Jamaicans. Girl, please. Y'all, it's the same thing in the States. We ain't got time to be dividing the states. We don't know what's going on up there. All we know is New York. So everybody up there is from New York. So in my mind, Benzino, Meek Mills, all them niggas from New York. Say what I said. And I know they not from New York. But in my mind, all them niggas from up there. Because it's just too far. It is too far up there. Ain't nobody got time to be. And then y'all gonna want people to know what boroughs and all of that. We not about to do all that. Anything on the East Coast, Northeast, New York. Say what I said. In the middle, Chicago. On the West, California. That's it. Everybody up north, it goes as follows. If you're on the West Coast, you live in California. If you're in the middle, you live in Chicago. And if you're on the East Side, you live in New York. I don't care what state you live in. Work that out amongst yourselves, okay? Now, that's all the heavy boot people. We ain't got nothing to do with all of that. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, but no, I believe Diamond, y'all. I believe Diamond. I do believe Diamond. And I believe that, but I do believe Benzino as well. Because I do believe Althea is batshit crazy. Somebody take my millions, I'd be batshit crazy too. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that. I believe they both telling the truth, but they both crazy. I knew Althea was crazy when she was with that nigga, but then I also knew he was crazy when he was with Sleezo. So it is what it is. I I don't be up there. All I know is that nigga lied about that shoulder injury. Talking about the whiplash broke his shoulder. I was saying, Diamond, you did not hit this man with your brand new vehicle. According to Diamond, she didn't. He tried to get in her car. She did what she had to do. She went with the move, as she should. Now, let me show y'all something. I have a couple of honorable mentions. I have another one, a couple of them that I want to show y'all. So, congratulations are in order. Tasiki bought her a new crib, y'all. Tasiki bought her another house. Congratulations.
Numbers is larger.
Congratulations. I thought it would have been me standing here with you. Congrats. Let me stop. Anyways, Tasiki bought her a crib, y'all, and it's not a tiny house like the last one. So congratulations are in order for the Tasiki people. I hope you can pay the bills. I sure hope you can, because Zeus look like they about to let your ass go. But hopefully, you're doing good with the music, because you're doing good with a house. Hopefully, you can house your sister and your nephew, because they need a place to stay as well. But congratulations are in order for Tifa. She done bought her a new crib, and it's not a tiny home this time. That's for the haters in the bike. All y'all said that girl had a tiny home. I'm the only one said that. Look at me trying to blame it on y'all. It was me. I said it. I said she had a tiny home. Yeah, I said it. And I don't know. This one might be one too. It might be AI and Photoshop. I don't know. Let me stop hating. Congratulations to Tasiki. I'm proud of your fat. At least you're doing something better than the rest, okay? Congratulations are in order for Tasiki. And then another thing I want to show y'all. So Nene got a man. Nene's got a man at home.
Maria, smile. Let's see.
That nigga bought and paid for. That nigga bought and paid for. That nigga bought and paid for. That's not her man. That's not Nene man. But congratulations are in order. But you know, it is the Real Housewives of Atlanta are coming back. Y'all start to notice these celebrities, these reality TV celebrities, they always come with their tea right when they show's about to drop. I'm with you. She is true. She do like them a little. She like the wrist not broken. She just like the wrist a little fractured. Does that make sense? Nene love a man with a fractured wrist. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Yes, she do. She love a fractured wrist. She love a man with a wrist brace. But shout out to Nene. Congratulations on order for her too. They buying houses and niggas. These hoes buying houses and niggas. Do you hear me? I ain't mad at it with my broke ass. Maybe I'm just hating because I can't afford a house or a nigga. I don't know. Let me take my little broke poor ass on somewhere. Congratulations, Lanithia. Congratulations, girl. I don't care. Nene love her good suspect. She love her good suspect, baby. Everybody ain't need, but see, when you hang around too many punks, you start dating them. I remember I went to school with this girl. We was all in the choir, and everybody knew this boy was a punk. Everybody knew this boy was a punk, bitch. The boy knew he was a punk. And she messed with the boy, and she was telling us he wasn't gay. And we was like, girl, he gay as two left shoes. And then the boy had to come out and be like, yeah, I am gay, but I was with her. I was like, bitch, what? That remind me of Nene. You be around so many punks, you start forgetting that they punks. For real. Because let me tell you something. I used to hang with gay boys in school. They will flirt with you and don't want you, but they play with you. And if you low in the mind, if you're weak, listen, hear me out. They will play with you. They will make jokes. They will say stuff because they still men at the end of the day. They still men. So if your mind is weak and you desperate, bitch, yay, you'll be like, oh, Hey, Jonte. You know, I've seen the girls do it. And they be cute. Listen, I've seen the girls do it. I could never do it, but I've seen some of the girls be, and I'd be like, how can you not? But when you hang, like I said, you be around them so much, you start your brain start frying. You can't see. Yeah, I'm telling you, and then I'm telling you, and if you around the right gay men, they be handsome, they be fine, they be smelling good. I'm telling you, if you desperate enough and you a woman, you'll fall in the trap. I thank God I ain't never been desperate. But with that being said, let me get up off of here, y'all. I thank God I ain't never been desperate, girl. One thing about me, I ain't never had a problem getting no man. Never. I don't care if I'm big, if I'm small, if I'm skinny, if I'm fat, if I'm black, I ain't never had a problem finding no man, okay? Anyway, let me read some of these super chats. Thank you, TM5, for the super chat. Says, hair look gooder than a mother. Yay! You know, thank you. Okay, boo. Thank you, boo. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm telling y'all, I was scared this morning when I came on live, but y'all making me feel good. Thank you. We the people 334. Thank you for the super chat. Says, boo, that hairdo makes you look fat. Okay. I can't wait to put my clothes on. I always loved the bald head girls who be dressed up real nice and have all of the things. I can't wait to put my clothes on. I want to put something on today just to go to the store. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. And thank you so much for the super chat again. Says, meant to say look good, Vu. Thank you so much, beautiful. I appreciate you. But is that all of them? TC Quiet Storm, thank you so much for the super chat, y'all. I'm about to hop off because I do have to edit Love and Hip Hop. That is coming out tonight. I'm so sorry for it not coming out yesterday. I had a lot going on. I had to drive back from Atlanta, traffic. It was just too much happening. But with that being said, though, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. If you are new to the channel, subscribe. If you're a returning dollar Dawn, welcome back. Also, you guys, if y'all want to support the doll, I do have a new line called Bathe, Black Americans versus Everybody. The link to that is pinned to the top of the chat. If y'all want to support the doll and get some merch, it's called Bathe. Bathe is the new wave. Black Americans versus Everybody. Y'all check it out. I love y'all, each and every one of y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out. And shout out the replay gang. Gang. Love y'all down to the ground. We'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. We live, baby. Come on. That's right. Okay. Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I won't
blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up. Then it bust it open, lift it up. Yeah, come on, lift it up. Then it bust it open for your B-O-Y. Bend it, for you rockin' for you, lift it up, baby. Mix it with your bossa now.
Come on, blaze, so you know.
Drop me a nasty beat.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.